alligators are hungry, they haven't eaten at another time, we do toss out food outside of these demonstrations. So they come right up to the front and eat. If they're not hungry, if they have a nice sunny spot, or maybe if they're not quite warm enough this morning, then they'll kind of hang out where they are. So we'll see who's all hungry today. Toss out a little bit of this food. Now when it comes to what's on the menu for an alligator, they are opportunistic hunters. So anything that crosses their path, they're going to be willing to go after. So birds, mammals, fish, crustaceans, even something as small as a bug. Now this works out really well for alligators out in the wild because everything they go after has a different set of nutrients. And since they have all these wide variety of food items in their diet, it guarantees that they have a healthy, balanced diet. Now, like I said, in the wild that works out perfect for them, but in captivity, that actually poses a little bit of a problem. We know we can't just feed them rats, we can't just feed them chickens, because they're going to be missing some of those key nutrients that they do get from other food items. And I'm sure you can imagine how impossible it would be to measure out all of those different food items for every single animal that we have here on property. It would be very difficult, it would take a very long time. So we had a team of researchers come in. They teamed up with a company called Missouri. Now Missouri is part of the Purina family, so making your dogs and cats food. They all sat down, they looked at everything that alligators need to have a healthy diet, and they came up with a solution for us here in captivity. Now that solution is this nice dry pellet that I've been tossing out. So while it doesn't look like a whole lot to the naked eye, packed in this one pellet is everything that the alligators need. It's considered nutritionally sound. And it does float in the water for about 5 to 10 minutes. So when we toss in a handful of these pellets, it hits the water, it spreads out, gives all the alligators a chance to go after it. It allows us to easily monitor the individuals so we can see which alligators are eating, which ones might not be eating. And the best part about it is they love the way it tastes. So it works out all the way around for us, it works out for the alligators. Now while in theory, this could be the only thing that we feed out to them, we do still want them to get that eating experience, to work their jaws a little bit, use some of their natural instincts. So we always pair these pellets up with a whole food item. Now today for you folks, that whole food item we're going to toss out is a couple of nice, juicy chicks. Now I know some people get excited about it, some people are like, ew, that's kind of gross. Just kind of keep in mind, everything does have to eat. For the alligators, this is going to be a perfect meal item. They get everything it has to offer. So they're going to get the feathers, the bones, the guts, anything it had as the last meal, the alligators now get when they consume it. The best part about it, it's nice and bite-sized. Because while alligators are on that larger side, you're probably used to seeing those documentaries of them taking down something like a full-grown deer. While that is something that we see often, most of the time the meal items they go after are going to be bite-sized like this. There's a lot more abundant animals that are this size, and it's a lot easier for an alligator to get them down. Because when they do grab onto them, they have 70 to 80 teeth that are cone-shaped that help them to hold onto those prey items. So smaller, they can hold onto a lot easier. Oh, he wasn't even interested in that one. He's like, nope, chicken just flew through the air, don't even care. Keep an eye on him back there, he's definitely searching for it. Now once they do grab onto it, they're going to start biting down with over 2,000 pounds of pressure. When they're biting down, they're crunching, they're moving their mouths up and down. It's making that animal nice and soft so that they can take their tongue. They'll rearrange it in their mouth, and when they tilt their head back, because it's nice and soft, gravity will actually pull that food item right down their throat. So something bite-sized, they're able to do that a lot easier. Now, if they do grab onto something that is larger than a bite-sized prey item, like we're always seeing, those documentaries with the full-grown deer, the water splashing, them doing that spin, when they grab onto something larger, they then have to break it down into an edible portion. For an alligator, their equivalent of a knife and a fork is something that TV has now dubbed the death roll. That aggressive 360-degree spin you see alligators do, that's them grabbing onto a portion, they do that spin, and it'll break off something that they can actually eat. So different behaviors depending on the size of the food they grab onto. Now he's pretty close there, he's working for it. So keep your eye on him, he's going to get it down eventually. Now that's how they actually get their food all nice and soft and get it down their throat. But before that happens, they have to first catch their food. There's a couple different strategies that you'll see from an alligator. The main one you're going to see is ambushing, where they'll hang just off the water's edge. You can see all this perfect ambush behavior right here. nice dark coloration does allow them to blend in, and they'll keep their head right above the surface of the water. Now, keeping their head above the surface of the water means that they're going to be able to hear, smell, and see their prey. And what they wait for is a prey item to get right up close to them, where they can make a nice quick burst out. There we go. Where they can then grab onto that prey item. Now, they can jump 2/3 of their body length. So imagine if they're hanging out at the water's edge, mammal comes up to get a drink, that nice quick burst out, they just got themselves an easy snag. And you can clearly see that nice vertical jump. Same thing works, that if there's maybe a bird that's perched on a low-hanging branch, alligator can line itself up in the water, get that nice lift out, and then, once again, they've got themselves a free meal.